Hello and welcome to the Zhuhai International Circuit here in Guangdong, China. 1 week ago, not even that far away from this circuit here, was the Macau Grand Prix, the F3 World Cup, the GT World Cup, and everything else from the Motorcycle Grand Prix to the what else did we have? TCR World Tour, we had Macau Touring Car Championship, Chinese Touring Car Championship, TCR China. 70th anniversary challenge, and the week before that even, what was there? There was F4 World Championship, F4 Macau Grand Prix, we had Greater Bay GT Cup, we had the Macau Roads Challenge. We had a lot of events in Macau, let's just say that, but to finish it all off, this 3-week Southern China event is the Chinese Grand Prix here in Zhuhai, Guangdong. And what a circuit it is here in China. We're watching Logan Sargent at the moment. He had just had a lot of home Grand Prix, the American. Didn't do great in any of them, to be honest. To be fair, California was alright, but California was a mess 2 weeks ago. If you didn't see that, no one finished the race. It ended 20 laps early. Hopefully everyone, not everyone, but hopefully we have people finish this race. Of course, Sargent has also got next weekend, I believe. Is it next weekend? Yeah, next weekend. The Daytona 305, which is another home track for him. But speaking of home tracks, where is Mr. Zhou Guanyu? Here he is. He's got a McLaren behind him, but we're going to go on board with Zhou Guanyu once he gets to the next part of the track. Well, to the end of the lap is what I meant to say. I don't know why I'm a bit slow today, unfortunately. Let's go on board with Joe. He's about to tackle for the first time in a competitive session his home circuit. For the first time in his career, we haven't actually been to China since 2019 at Shanghai, but we return this time in the form of Zhuhai. And as Joe goes towards turn 1 and 2, double right hand complex. Tricky corner to get it right. You can't run too wide. There's no curbing on the left hand side of the exit, so you can't run wide at all. Can't even use any of the curb. Turn 3 the flat out right hand kink before turn 4 a tight left hander, and then a flat right hand kink of turn 5. Turn 6 another flat out kink goes to the right before a very tricky turn 7. You've got to get your braking perfect, and you don't want to go on the throttle too early either, or you're going to be spinning around and facing Macau. Then we've got yet again another flat out kink of turn 8 before turn 9, which is a very tight left-hander, acute angled, not as tight as turn 7, but still don't want to getting on the power too early or you're going around. Turn 10 can be taken flat out, but it's not easy to do it. And then turn 11 and 12, another hairpin-like section, the third and final tight corner on this track before then turn 12. The final flat out kink of this track is turn 13, before the run towards the final corner of turn 14. Which it won't be flat out, but you can take quite a lot of speed through there. But Zhou Guanyu is going to finish this lap, and where is it going to be? It's going to be P10, so a good lap for the home driver. Pierre Gasly currently is man on provisional pole. Of course, he is in with a shout of the championship. He's not too far off. Last week it was the first time all season that someone other than George Russell led the championship, and it's now Charles Leclerc by about 9 points, I believe. So, yeah, good job for him. I do want to go to someone though, and that someone is Marcus Ericsson, the Swede, who is back in Formula 1 for the first time since 2018, when he was at this very team, Alfa Romeo Ferrari. Of course, he's enjoyed a good spell in IndyCar. He still actually is enjoying a good spell in IndyCar. He's won a few races, almost won the Indy 500 last year, and has actually been confirmed for the Formula 500 next year in January, the non-championship F1 race for Alfa Romeo as their IndyCar driver. We have had also a lot more confirmations for the Formula 500. Kevin Harvick confirmed into Aston Martin. Cole Custer, the Xfinity Series champion for Stuart Haas Racing, will be at Haas Ferrari for the Formula 500, their NASCAR driver, alongside Joseph Newgarden, who has already been confirmed as their IndyCar driver. Who else have we got? The ones who have already been confirmed. We've had Larson and O'Ward at McLaren, Hocevar at Red Bull, Ty Gibbs at Mercedes. Another driver at Red Bull will be Alex Palou, the IndyCar champion. Who else have we had? William Byron is NASCAR's Alfa Romeo's NASCAR driver, sorry. And I believe that is everyone who's been confirmed so far. I think Christopher Bell, Blaney and Bush are 3 others that have a chance of getting in. Oh no, have been confirmed. They are interested. They are being looked into by certain teams. I think Bell's with Ferrari. Also Van Gisbergen is with Williams, I should have said, and Alonso with Aston Martin. What other teams have we actually got left to be confirmed? AlphaTauri Martin Truex Jr. I should say that. He's their NASCAR driver. I can't remember if they had an IndyCar driver or not. Alpine are looking to get more Ryan Blaney. That's it. And then Bush is the other team which I haven't mentioned yet. Anyway, Marcus Ericsson currently in P5, enjoying a solid qualifying session so far. In his one and only start of the season. I'm just going to have a look from which team I'm yet to say for Bush. Oh, I've gone over them all. And Bush isn't being... I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest. Anyway. Yeah, Verstappen and Nick De Vries doing quite well. De Vries hasn't done brilliantly in qualifying since his move to Red Bull, unfortunately. So it's quite good for him to be able to be doing this. Let's go through some series which let's go through some history of this track while we watch reigning world champion Max Verstappen set some qualifying laps. Remember, it's only 10 laps you're allowed, so if you do more than 10 you're disqualified, even if it's your in laps. So basically that is the rules. Zhuhai, it is a FIA Grade 2 track. It was opened in November of 1996, 27 years ago. This month actually. Is it this month? Yeah, this month. It is 4.319 kilometers or 2.684 miles, and it's with 14 turns. And the current lap record has already been beaten by at least Verstappen, but definitely whoever's on provisional pole. I think it's Gasly at the moment. By Frank Montagny in the Peugeot 908 HDI FAP in 2010 in the LMP1. I think that was in the Intercontinental. Hang on, what race would that have been in? I think the I think the 6 hours of Zhuhai that would have been in. Yeah, LMP1's a prototype. So, anyway, some series. These are the series that have used Zhuhai in the past. Asia Road Racing Championship currently use it. They went here, I think, about a month ago. Started going in 2001, 2002, 2004, 2012, and they came back in 2019, and then again in 2023. Asian Le Mans Series came here in 2013, 2016, 2017. The FIM Endurance World Championship in 2004. TCR Asia in 2017 to 2019. Porsche Carrera Cup Asia in 2006, 2004 to 2014, and 2021. Of course, we've had the Intercontinental Le Mans Cup 6 hours of Zhuhai in 2012 and 2011. The FIA GT in 1999, 2004, 2005 and 2007. The BPR Global GT Series in 1996. And A1 Grand Prix in 2007. Some other series is, I've used the F4 China, came here not too long ago. I think Formula 4 Southeast Asia are meant to come here, but they ended up going to Zhuzhou instead. This isn't actually the first circuit in Zhuhai. There was a street circuit used in 1993 for which series? It was the GT series, Global GT series. And that was before they moved permanently here. for 1 year, and then never came back. The original circuit was actually 16 corners, but the old 789 complex were removed and made into 1 corner after the track request changed from FIM. Let's see if I can find what the old layout looked like. Can't actually find it, to be honest. Let's see how some other people are doing. I've been watching Verstappen quite a bit. Drogovic, just look at him, currently at the back. His point, he's in the pitch. Okay, there's not really much point doing that. He's scored a point in every single race he has done this season. Lando Norris sounded disappointing qualifying. He was leading for most of the Californian Grand Prix 2 weeks ago before his engine failed, just like everyone else eventually did. Unless they crashed, but... Of course, also 2 weeks ago, not far from Zhuhai, was the World Rallycross of Hong Kong. Patrick O'Donovan was doing quite well in that one. Of course, got a podium in that. I want to look for this other layout of Zhuhai. So some sort of chicane complex. Sorry about that. It was... No, thank you. It was basically... So I'll show you when they get to it on board. Let's go on board of Norris. Got one of the Alfa Romeos in front of them currently. It is... this Kia, you go... It's a bit less... right, you go towards the grandstand and it's like a chicane and then back onto this part of the circuit here. But I was only there for 2 years before being removed. I made the circuit 18 meters shorter, so not too much of a difference. Anyway, Lando Norris is doing quite well. Zhuhai is one of the only... I don't know. Zhuhai was always on the calendar, is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't like changed or anything due to some sort of, I don't know, logistical issue. Like a lot of races have had to be cancelled for. Anyway, Lewis Hamilton currently on provisional pole. Let's see how he's done this season. Got the spreadsheet up to see how many poles he has got. He definitely got a few, I think. Yeah, nice, just crashing on me. Also, this will be easy. He can't do any more laps. This is the 9th lap, I believe. So either that or one more. Or either that or his final lap. Sorry. Hamilton. Oh, he got a pole last time out, didn't he? Of course, in California. That was his first pole of the season. Of course, he won the French Grand Prix at Val de Vienne, which was his only podium of the season. And so only 2 wins actually for Mercedes all season. Of course, George Russell won the Argentinian Grand Prix, the opening round of the season, which gave him the championship lead, which he didn't lose until last weekend. Charles Leclerc's form, he's got a podium in every single race of the American quadruple header. And he even had a decent result in the sprint race as well. Leclerc, it took him till the Canadian Grand Prix of round 5 to actually score a point, where he got 5th place. And then 4th on a 10th, and some non-scores, and an 8th, and another non-score, and an 8th, and a win in Portugal, and a no-score. 3rd in Italy, a no-score, a 2nd in Thailand, a 7th in Japan, a no-score but a win in the sprint, a 2nd in Road America, a 1st in Virginia, 3rd in Rio with a few points in the sprint, and a 2nd in California as well. Of course, the mess of the Californian Grand Prix, it was originally thought that Leclerc had actually won the race, but due to how it worked with count back, because of course he had to red flag the race because no one was actually in the race anymore. And to be fair, was it me that messed it up, or was it just the FIA that messed it up? I can't remember who it was, to be honest. I think I was I did mess it up, I know that, but yeah, basically it was initially said that Leclerc won, then it realised that if he completed the lap that he was on, he would have won, but he didn't. So anyway, Djokovic is I think one of the only drivers that hasn't done all 10 of his laps yet. He's already done 7, so let's watch him for a bit. Because most people are now in the pit, so it's all Felipe Drugovich has got to do is set a good lap in the time he's got, which is 5 minutes. So yeah, doing quite well. Currently in 14th place, which isn't the best, but well, where's his teammate? Then we'll go from there. 12th, okay, so he's around the same pace as his teammate. Both Ferraris are doing terrible. Charles Leclerc down in 18th place, just 2 weeks after taking the championship lead. It's disappointing from the Monegas. Of course, I haven't actually really mentioned why Marcus Ericsson is in this race for one time. If you didn't catch it, Valtteri Bottas unfortunately had an accident in the Virginian Grand Prix, which left him with some sort of ankle damage. Yeah, and unfortunately, he had to sit out the Brazilian, Californian, and Chinese Grand Prix. He was replaced by reserve driver Teo Porcher in the where was it? Virginia and not Virginia, Rio and California. But this weekend, Teo is in Abu Dhabi taking on the final round of the F2 Championship, which is normally runs alongside F1, but not unfortunately, but this season and other seasons it will not. It will now be its own standalone championship. Drugovich is very wobbly at the exit of turn 2. Getting on that curb is very lethal indeed, and that curb as well. Don't really want to get too much curbing on this track. Yeah, of course, the Daytona 305 next weekend, the Saturday night race in the Americas. There are news that there might be timing changes for the race. Not entirely sure what they would be, but yeah, who knows. Anyway, just looking through timings. If you like the circuit and can watch practice, practice is also on. Well, we don't broadcast practice on YouTube. That's what I'm trying to say. Is on Thursday at 8 PM and 11 PM. But that might be changed to have it all at night, none of it at day. Yeah, I can't really control much of that. The Drugovich crosses the line, currently P10, and I think that'll be it. Drugovich is on P10, and he'll have to come into the pit at the end of this lap, because he's done all 10 of his laps. Let's see. I'm assuming he's going to come into the pit, because it says 10, and he only allowed 10 laps, so... Remember, this rule was brought in, the amount of laps you can do, is to make sure that people don't set laps after a session, which is surely just delaying the laps, but... Yeah. I honestly think that the rule will be changed for Daytona, because it's a bit boring when people are going to come into the pits 5 minutes before qualifying over. It kind of ruins the late drama of qualifying. Anyway, this is actually a very good lap from Drugovich. Purple in the first 2 sectors. This is going to be a very good lap. But he's meant to come into the pits this lap, but that's the thing. And he hasn't. Drugovich is going to get disqualified here, I think. He's going to cross the line, and that lap will put him fastest. Felipe Drugovich is on provisional pole, and he will be on pole, but he's done 11 laps. So I think Drugovich, oh, he's very wobbly, gets in the grass, going through turn 3. Saw someone do that in Chinese F4, but Drugovich isn't in Chinese F4, he's in F1, so... Anyway, who knows, and then, oh, I've done it again! Where's Drugovich on? Just keeps out the wall. And then spins it around. Now he's been disqualified. Drogovic has been disqualified from qualifying, which means that Lewis Hamilton will start on pole for the Chinese Grand Prix tomorrow. Of course, Drogovic, let's go through your grid then. Drogovic has just been out disqualified for doing too many laps. You've got Lando Norris at the back after starting P2 or 3 was it last week? 2 weeks ago, sorry, and wherever it was, and showing us very good chance of actually winning the race. It was unfortunately not to be, and it looks like it's not to be here either. Joe Guan Yu as well in 18th place, a home favourite, winning 2 weeks ago in California. It's not going to be any wins potentially here in Zhuhai. Charles Leclerc, the man who's second in California and is a new championship leader. He's in 17th place, his teammate in 16th place. Sargent in 15th, Albon 14th, Magnussen 13th, Stroll 12th, Hulkenberg 11th, Snowder 10th, Lawson 9th, Ericsson in his first qualifying session since the 2018 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in 8th. Was that 2018? Yeah, it was. Who was in Sauber in 2019 then? Raikkonen, Gio, that's it. Ocon in 7th, Verstappen in 6th, Piastri in 5th, Dries in 4th, former championship leader George Russell in 3rd. But he does have a great chance of taking the championship lead off Charles Leclerc over qualifying like this. If it stays like this, he'll be, how many points? 6 points up on Leclerc. Gasly in 2nd, and Hamilton for the 2nd race in a row will start on pole for the Chinese Grand Prix. It's a 7 AM lights out, same time as start time for the qualifying, which was today. 3 PM local time if you're actually at the track, which I doubt you'll be, because if you're at the track, you'll be listening to commentary in Chinese, which I don't understand. I'm not even at the track, I'm in UK at the moment, very tired, it's like 20 past 7. Anyway, yeah, make sure you're here tomorrow for the Chinese Grand Prix, and I'll see you then.